Dejan Joveljic scored the championship clinching goal in a staggering 5 minutes of counter-attacking soccer as the Galaxy have clinched the race for SACE, winning their 6th MLS Cup in a 2-1 victory over New York Red Bulls Saturday at Dignity Health Sports Park. Hi, I'm James the Faithful Angelino Sports with a not quite rapid recap of the LA Galaxy. The Galaxy, once again, the kings not only of LA, but of soccer in America. And if you enjoy talking soccer, especially the LA Galaxy, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We talk Galaxy soccer almost every day here. This was supposed to be a rebuilding year for the Galaxy, which had fallen on hard times for a decade of unprecedented, lousy play. It took a fan boycott last year to orchestrate an entire cleaning house of the front office. What could be possible when this franchise actually has an entire program put together? It is possible for the Galaxy, even if they wind up having to peddle their best players to the premier leagues across Europe. It is possible for this franchise to become a dynasty once again. Not by bringing in the major players from Europe, but by finding soon-to-be elite players from around the world with this new front office. The Galaxy wind up getting goals from both Joseph Paintsil and Dejan Joveljic within the first 15 minutes of the match to take a 2-0 lead. And after that, Greg Vanney, in my arrogant little opinion, said, you know what? We are going to play close to the chest. We know the New York Red Bulls do not have the offensive firepower that we do. And we're just going to let them take their shots, and we're going to sit back and sit on this lead. And that's exactly what happened. Because, look, I'd love to tell you the stats of the game. Unfortunately, Wi-Fi at Dignity Health Sports Park isn't all that great. But from the naked eye, you could tell the first 9 minutes of this match were all about the Galaxy trying to figure out where was going to be the holes in the Red Bulls defense. Keep in mind, the Red Bulls weren't a top seed. They wound up placing upset after upset just to get to MLS Cup, right? After all, their goalie, Carlos Colonel, wound up posting 3 clean sheets in 4 playoff games. Who knew that the defensive lapse for the Red Bulls would be right in the center of their defense? And that's exactly where the Galaxy attacked after the 10th minute mark. Joseph Paintsil finding an opening between 3 Red Bulls defenders right in the middle, sliding the ball past Colonel's left. And while we were still celebrating that first goal, Dejan Joveljic, who proudly proclaimed himself to be the elite number 9 of the Galaxy franchise. This, a franchise that had Zlatan Ibrahimovic as a number 9. El Pescador, Carlos Ruiz, all kinds of major internationally known scorers, Chicharito, and yet it's Dejan Joveljic with a career year, clinching with a goal that put the Galaxy up 2-0 less than 5 minutes later. And from then, the Galaxy just told New York to give it your best shot. This is the second time that Los Angeles has proven itself to be the greatest sports city in all of the world in New York's face. As if the Dodgers didn't do enough, the Galaxy did the same damn thing about a month later. And once again, who would have thought this kind of turnaround would have happened in less than a calendar year? 2 years ago, an expansion franchise across town, LAFC, they get their first MLS Cup. They thought they were the darlings of the entire league. And yet, Cup number 6 comes to the blue, white, and gold. Gaston Brugman named the MVP of the game. We were wondering before the match who would be the guy that would have to rise up with Ricky Puig out after blasting out his knee. It was Gaston Brugman, folks. The PA announcer was like, yes, let's take a look at his highlights. And yet, they couldn't find any. Why? Because Gaston Brugman is a defensive-minded midfielder. He led the lockdown. He put the Red Bulls on lockdown and sent New York back home once again without a ring. So once again, if you are like me, a faithful Angelino, take a moment. Enjoy a title at the East Coast expense. The West is the best, baby. And once again, Dejan Joveljic scores the game-clinching goal to lead your Los Angeles Galaxy. The race for safe after a decade of incompetence has been squashed with a 2-1 victory over New York. And if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelinos. We talk LA soccer, both in good times. Check my receipts. We talk this in bad times as well as good. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow, where we will talk about the possibility of Numero Siete. Faithful Angelinos is a Kian Portel Queso production. Have a lovely night.